Hello everyone, welcome back to Brick Builds. Today we'll be reviewing another new Ninjago set, the Source Dragon of Motion, which retails for $149 here in the US. This set's from the new wave Dragons Rising Ninjago sets, so let's take a closer look. Okay, so first up, the box. Now, like every other Ninjago set, we see the Ninjago banner across the top, Lego Ninjago, Dragons Rising, and Lloyd fused with the Matriarch Dragon right here in the top right corner. Now, looking at the stats, it says this Lego set is for ages 12 and up. It's set number 71822, and it's called the Source Dragon of Motion. My specific box doesn't show the piece count over here, but by Lego.com, it says it's 1,768 pieces. And the only reason mine doesn't show it is because I bought it in Japan early at Ninjago World. Now, looking at the minifigures down here, we have 6 minifigures. We have Kai, who's actually not canon to this series, as we never saw him in his tournament type uniform, which is kind of sad, but at least we get a minifigure of him, which is pretty cool. We have Aaron, an updated look on Wildfire, a really new look on Lord Roz, with a lot of printing, which we'll get into later when we review his minifigure. Jordana, this is the first for her, and then another Wolfmask warrior. Always great to get these guys. Now the main graphics that we see here is we see this huge red Source Dragon in its mortal form, actually not even as big as it would be, just popping out, which I think does a great deal of showing what the actual Lego set is. And in the background we see the fog, like the mountains for the Tournament Temple Mountain, and then 2 cool looking mountains with different shades. So it just really pops out the actual build we're getting. Also, you can see like the grass, and it shows how it's like above some of the spaces, which is again the setting of the Tournament Temple. Now looking on this side right here, we have nothing much, nothing big, just the same claws on this side, while on this side we see Lord Roz, which is also pretty cool. At the top we have Lord Roz and Kai and all the minifigures, as well as these little small dragons, which are the ones that I think gave the actual invitation letters, which is pretty cool that we get them. We actually get, I believe, 6 of them in this set. We see so far 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. There's actually 6 that come in the whole set. Oh yeah, there we go. There's the 6th one. Now, there's 2 main parts of this set. As we can see here, we see this like kind of real weird little saddle which goes on top of this dragon with the Gong of Shattering. Now, going to the back of this set, of course, we see the dragon in its full form opening its wings. So it shows the cool again with like the background. We see a lot of mountains on top of mountains, a lot of valleys. This is probably where the temple is that they were talking about, which they had to go to save Kai in the ending of it. With that, we see its dimensions right here. It is 29 inches in width when you open out the dragon's wings, and then it is 25 inches in length, which is a really good size for a dragon. Might be one of the bigger ones, maybe if not the biggest one. And then we see the saddle here off of it, which just shows the whole Wolfmask type of scene, which does look pretty cool. Alright, with the instructions, we don't have 1 instructions or 2 or 3, but we actually have 5 full instructions, which is a lot for getting this Ninjago set. And the great thing about it, at the front for each one, we see it's mixed up. Like the first one was the body, then the 2 main front legs, the 2 back legs, the head, the tail, and the wings, and then the saddle on top. Consists of 19 packets, with it showing 17, 18, 19, 12 through 16, 8 through 11, 5 through 7, and 1 through 4. Another really cool thing is at the back, this one comes with nothing, and then each one's different. This one shows Rebuild the World, and then this one, it's a different Rebuild the World. Again, nothing, and then we finally get, like I explained last time in one of the other ones, this Tournament Lloyd on the thing, which is also looking pretty cool. The dragon consists of 530 steps, and the saddle consists of 92 steps. The back few pages, of course, show all the builds together. This one shows it with the saddle, and this one shows it with just the dragon. Now for the part that everybody's been waiting for, the actual Source Dragon of Motion. Now, the Source Dragons are extremely different from normal dragons, as they literally, all life comes from them. So just looking at that, I think we can clearly see that this is a different from a normal dragon. As such, like, just looking at the horns first to start off, we have the Source Dragon, really cool looking horns, which is this, and I see a lot of gold coloring with this, which I really like. The gold, light red, and dark red. It starts off with like dark red from the bottom, so I can show you right here, dark red to a little gold on the sides, and then it just shifts completely to red. So actually from the top we see it as a more of a reddened dragon, which is pretty cool. Like this would be red. Something I found really interesting was that there's red here, and it's full gold here, like a whole gold plating going to the back, which looks pretty cool. This build only has a couple of stickers, actually. It has, at least for the Source Dragon, it has 4. It has 1 here, 1 here, actually 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. I feel like this really shows like a army ready battle type of dragon. As you can see, a lot of gold. It looks like a lot of armor basically, of all these really cool gold type of like things hanging off from the head. And I really like this new head molding design where they have like this really cool looking, almost looks like it has like a metal type of jaw, which is really cool with the top headpiece. Something weird that I noticed about this is actually the headpiece top part can't move, only the bottom can, which is really different from like our older dragons, which have, you know, the brick heads and whatnot. But then right here we have the saddle for anybody to ride on the dragon, as well as some gold on the top for that one. And then now, so I just told you a lot of the coloring about it, but another cool, really cool aspect, they have all these translucent orangish pieces to show like the lava type thing, which also looks really cool. We have it go down the tail, which looks pretty cool. And like it looks like a train type thing with the all the way going down to here. And this really cool piece right here, also translucent with the darkish and lightish, which looks pretty cool. I think it'll be exclusive to this set. Another thing that's pretty exclusive to this set is, of course, the wings. They're made out of plastic, and they make this dragon just go to the next level. It looks amazing, just like in, I believe, 2020 when they came out with Firstborn Dragon. It looks red like this, which also is another really cool thing about it. And we can clearly see how Ninjago's gone forward with it. For example, we have our Source Dragon, and then we have our older Firstborn, which is supposed to be the mother of all dragons. Just the sheer size difference is pretty amazing, as well as the fact that now they're using so many more techniques for movement compared to this one, which only had 1, 2, 4, with like they both would go up together, which would be pretty cool, and the feet are a lot shallower. So this is definitely a bringing of these older dragons, which is also really cool with it. There's been a new trend with Ninjago in full, which is that they've been continuously just upscaling all of their designs, especially on dragons. They've tried a lot of different ones. It used to be the rubber heads, and then I went to, I think, the builded heads, then some custom molds, and then they're finally here with this, which I think is a really good of both of them. So it has sprinted, and then it also has this some movement, which is pretty cool. Now, on the movement part, with the entire dragon, it has so much movement. We see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 joints right here, so I can just keep full movement for legs, and then also movement for feet. Something cool with all these dragons is they actually have, if you look at the foot right here, some rubber right here, so it's not only standing on this bricks right here, it's also standing on the rubber. So that's with all 4 of them, which is pretty cool. I do like it, because now we can just like plop it down and not worry, because it's actually on the rubber, not really the whole brick. Then I love how with the legs, all the way up to the top, they just kept the same color scheme here. Lighter, darker, with the gold sides on it. Just makes the dragon look a lot cooler as a whole. Also, the wing movements are a lot cooler, how the wings don't move together like the Firstborn one did, which is also pretty cool. They have a lot of different positions for this dragon, making it a really playable thing. So checks on that playability one. Minifigures, of course, we'll get into that later. But the whole dragon is looking really, really amazing. Another cool part of the dragon is its head. It has a neck twisting thing, which is also pretty cool, as well as this. More on the flexibility part, some chains, and of course the tail it moves up and down, not side to side, and then all of this of the tail will just be moving side to side, which is pretty cool. So a lot of new positions for this dragon. As well as the fact with older dragons, we could clearly evidently see the darker from the lighter, but this entire build is just, we can't see much dark. I can just see some black here, but like the entire thing looks so covered, which I really like with this, which is just amazing on their part. Okay, these wings again with the cool flame also match the amazing vibe that they're trying to give the dragon. Now, one part with this dragon, which is different than a lot of dragons, so you can actually set this on top of it, which is pretty cool. It has the chains, so it's like they can control the Source Dragon by technically putting these on the side, and this in the middle right here. And this in itself actually connects to the sides here, which is pretty cool. And then these would go on top, which is also showing like how, again, probably hinting how Lord Ross may control a Source Dragon in the future, because of course we did not see a Source Dragon get controlled in this season, which also looks pretty cool. And it really goes with it. Like, we can clearly evidently see the whole type of thing with this. Goes up, it literally shows that it's being controlled. Source Dragon doesn't have the gong can be hit, which is another cool part of this. So again, on this dragon's portion, it's a really amazing dragon. It has some clear color coordination. It looks amazing. A few printed pieces which bring it to the next level. And of course, the head is finally a really good bit of a brick built head with some printed on it. The amount of flexibility is just crazy. And the new rubber designs with the feet and then just the whole movement of the ball joints. And some of the other technique like pinned ones which have some specific movements. That whole usage is amazing. Okay, so now the side build that we get with this set is this cool Wolfmask type of saddle, which also looks like could look like the part of the dojo from the Wolfmask thing. Two really cool things that I like about it is how it just has this whole darkish vibe, just like the Wolfmask warriors do. It keeps the little gray of the wolf at top, really reminding me of Lego Chima right here, which is where the wildness is. That's where the Chima is, in the wildness. With that, also these like dark spooks moving up, that just shows it's dark and evil, like the Forbidden Five who created it. With that, this gong of shattering, I love how they had a printed piece and not a sticker. It would be really hard to mess up now. And the fact that you can hit it with Lord Rise's mallet and it will actually move, sending this sounds, is another way of amazing playability that they have with this. And they have all these ruins right here, which I haven't translated yet. So let me know if you guys translate it. Tell me in the comments of what they're actually saying. But there must be something scary like evil or something like that. So some crazy Ninjago ruins right there and there. And then also these really cool banners for the Wolfmask on the moon, which is also amazing. As well as this banner right here. I haven't seen this one before, but it looks like the axe type of banner. Must be another Forbidden Five type of thing, which looks pretty cool. Now for the actual thing inside, we see some purplish thing, which I don't know how well this actually goes with the entire thing, considering there's also brown here. Maybe a darker color there would have looked better. And then we of course see his type of throne, which also gives like a weird dark, the dark bluish with the gold. It has a weird color coordination with the black and the gray up top, but evidently somehow it looks really good with that. Also like how they use blue fires instead of red to really contrast it from the actual dragon. It also just shows how another great thing about it would be that you can just take it off and put it on. More playability on that side with all this darkened. That literally shows like they've corrupted the back of the dragon when they put this saddle on, which is also pretty cool. First up, we have Tournament Kai. Now, Tournament Kai, he's actually not canon in this version, as he's never been seen in this suit, as he was in the nether space when all the other ninjas were competing. But to start off, when reviewing him, let's look at his weapons. He has a smaller katana and a big katana on the back here, and then this really cool katana type of sword, which I really like. Fun fact, he's actually ambidextrous, which makes sense why he has the two swords. So now, taking those two swords off, just looking at him right now, we can see that he has this really cool dragon scale type of pattern right here, as well as this lighter colored type of waistband, which we never see in Kai's actually. And this whole type of vibe is really just giving me the Tournament of the Elements vibe, which I really like, because that was peak Ninjago in my opinion. So I really like this type of thing that they're kind of bringing back. Well, it wasn't so good that they had the Tournament of Sources, just that they're bringing back these designs, especially with the mask and then the hair on top. Also really like the bandana, because it's a new thing going with Kai. It's not exclusive, as we saw in Season 15 as well as 16 and Dragon's Rising. But I really like its step up from the original Kai hair. Not just the hair in general, but like the original Kai hair was good, but this type of bandana concept is really good. And I really like it with having all the ninja. Now, he has his normal two faces. He has his angry face and then his happy face right here. And then again, he has two spots on his katana and this really cool new type of shoulder pad, which is exclusive to this season of Ninjago. This type of shoulder pad kind of symbolizes type of a dragon type of arch, as well as we see if we look really close on his torso, it all has been made out of dragon scales, which looks really cool, as well as this type of thing right here, which might be saying Kai, I'm not really sure. Then he has more like this dragon type here, and then this darker inner robe over there. This entire thing is giving really dragon vibes, which I guess what the whole Dragon's Rising is supposed to be for. Really like how they also have a lot of light printing here, as we can see the transition from the end of his robe to then his feet and his shoes, which is also really cool. Back, of course, if we take off his head and all of this, we actually do see something really cool. We saw him right here with the dragon on the back and dragon scales with like this symbol here, which might just be the symbol of the Source Dragon of Motion, or it could be his own type of fire, because we have seen it different with a lot of the ninja, which is pretty cool. Alright, so that's the review for Kai right now. I'm going to say on his performance, he looks pretty good. As again, he's not canon, but I'm really glad that they still made him. Moving on, we have Wildfire here. And this version of Wildfire is really different from the other version we got in Dragon's Rising Season 1. As the other version looked very rugged in this one, but this one shows that she's taking the stuff of like Kai as her mentor. She's taking him really seriously. But she has her own G type of waistband robe right here, and it also has a different robing. She doesn't have the dragon scales on her, but she does have a cool pattern, which I really find that they did a good job with. The fact that they actually didn't give her a bland body, but somewhat of a pattern. It just shows a lot more effort on their part with this, which is pretty cool. And she also has this kind of fire thing for heat, which she can throw around. And we usually see this in Marvel. Well, upcoming Ninjago, they've also been giving us this, which is really cool. Now her face is also pretty different. She has this like it almost looks like a light red hair. She's changed up her hairstyle as well since Kai's gone, which does look pretty cool. And I think based on the Wildfire Wild Tales, which has been coming out on YouTube, there's a reason why she changed up her hairstyle. I haven't watched it yet, so I wouldn't know, but let me know if you guys know what it is. Another really cool thing I like about the characters with the robe is that the gray and the red is like inscribed on it going down, which is really cool. Again, they show the differing between the two torso and legs, which is also pretty cool. At the back, now she has her own really cool type of design back here, which is like her own like fire in a circle, which is pretty cool. I really like this. They also made a different thing than all the main ninja with their backs. And then with her weapons, of course, other than the fire, she has a smaller katana, and then she has this pretty new, exclusive to this set type of armor piece, which really shows like her like in a battle type of form. She only has one head, which is this head right here, nothing on the back. So this character does look pretty rugged and different. I guess it makes sense. She's been taking her training a lot harder since Kai was in the nether space, and it clearly symbolizes that on her character. Next up, we got Eren over here, and this is a really different Eren than the one we got in the gardens and the Ninjago City Gardens, as well as the Season 1. He does have a lot more coloring on, a lot more format. We can see another dragon here, which is pretty cool. I really like how they somehow made a really cool transition with the light yellow and the lightish orange, which usually wouldn't look together really well, especially with a yellow-skinned minifigure. But it looks really amazing right here because I guess it also makes sense with his yellow type of spijitzu moves and his little tornado, which is also great. So this is this blue type of clip here, which isn't like normal ninjas, which kind of shows that he can do spijitzu or whatnot. It shows a difference between them. It also has this cool blue bass. I really like that they picked the color blue because, you know, it's different from the whole yellow type of concept that we're going at. His hairpiece is the same, and he has one face again right here. It's this normal type of face with a little bit of scars on it. And again, he gets the cool katana, small katana, big katana thing right here. There's another cool minifigure, but one of his cool accessories is finally we get the unbelievable official, the grapple gun. An unbelievable thing. We get to see it at this really cool thing, like it's outstretched, like he's about to climb something, which is really amazing. I really like that they gave him this thing, because like every other ninja got their own little cool thing. Kai got this, Wildfire got a little burst, Eren gets this, which is really cool that they didn't exclude that for him. Next up, we have Jordana, Sora's arch nemesis in a sense for her, and she got this really cool upgrade in design, and we finally get a minifigure of her. So it's the first minifigure of her. She has a really cool hairstyle as well. Considering she was Lord Ra, she had a more rugged one, and we realized in this that she was actually being controlled by one of the Forbidden Five, Rox, I think, one of Nox's sister, and it was really cool that we got to see that she actually got a whole change in color and everything, and Lord Ra didn't even notice the fact that she wasn't being herself. Now she gets this really cool type of armor piece here. Again, it's just like the same one we get in this series, but the only difference is she gets this and she's not an Elba Tabasher. All the other guy who's got this was Cinder, and he's an Elba Tabasher. Same with this weapon right here. It's a really cool type of blade. I really like the red and the dark gray. It looks really amazing. And then of course the whole body and back is really amazingly detailed, really symbolizing the Wolfmask thing and hatred and vengeance, which I really like about this minifigure. And of course her face literally symbolizes some of the old Imperium stuff with her Edgar face toward Sora. Next, we have a Wolfmask warrior, and these guys are just, I've reviewed them so many times, but they're just so scary at this point. I just really love how we have that dark purple and red, which makes them look really scary, especially with these antlers moving top. They just make them look like a whole villain, and we finally get to see them actually come into their place when the Forbidden Five launch them against the thing, against the elementals. And I really love this minifigure because, again, the dark purple with the light red just makes it look like a vengeful thing, a lot better than the blue design. So if you want to see really in-depth reviews about this character, you can go to the polybag set that I did some time ago, reviewed on. It gives a really in-depth one on this character. But all I'm going to say is this character is amazingly detailed, just like all the other characters. There's no big change, same one, but still one of the best side villains to have. Our last character is Lord Roz, and I really like this version of Lord Roz because he doesn't have his traditional Imperium style that he had, and we can finally actually see him in like his true self. So to start off, I can see right here some really cool dark bluish on the gray, which looks really cool right here and here and here and here. He also has like rope type of belt around him, which looks really cool. Just the light blue and dark gray contrast, as well as like the amount of detail they have right here, and then the red to show his like tiger type of body. And then the light blue again is just really cool. Something I love is that they have so good arm printing for this character. And I don't think almost any of the other characters got arm printing in this set. I really like the whole claw thing right here. For example, if we bring her in right now, she has nothing. And it just shows a huge upscale for their main characters, which I really like. Another thing that I really like is his headpiece right here. It's also a little different from the other headpiece, as it has this whole red sign trying to show his master sign, which is, I guess, that sticker we saw next to the Wolfmask warriors last time. Then he has this type of hammer right here, which can hit the gong of shattering. And then it's also a really cool design with the black and the red and then the gold. And then behind him, first with the armor, actually, he has this really cool like spiky out armor, which I really like. Just shows more of him overall. And then if we take off his head and the armor, the back of him, he has also so much more printing on the back, which sees like tiger type of red lines right there, and then more of that rope on the back, and then we see the official Wolfmask logo in gray, like on his back, like just put there, like it's in stone, which looks really cool, and I really like that. So I feel like just the sheer amount of printing on this character is absolutely unbelievable, and I really like it. Especially with the fact that he's really different from the normal Lord Roz we saw in Imperium, which I really like. So on the quality side, I'm going to give this character like literally a 10 out of 10. He's literally the best character, and the fact that they put so much effort into him, I really like, and making him another unique character in this set. Another really cool thing I liked about the set is that the fact that it had a lot of these really cool dragons here. Now, these, I think, are the same dragons that we will see delivering out the invitations in this to all the ninja. And I really like how they have 6 of them here, which is like a good amount. And we also get all these things. It was like, I feel like this reminded me of the season 5 ghosts, where we got those mini ghosts, which were pretty cool. We only saw them once, but they were also like really cool. And just like these dragons, it shows like Ninjago really went overboard with the development of them. Like, this is a whole new piece, and in translucent it's never before seen. So I really like the fact that I did that, and getting 6 in this Lego set is absolutely amazing. So the big question, would I recommend this set? Well, yes, definitely. Well, I know it is $150, which is a lot of money. You're getting 6 mini dragons, 1 really well built dragon, which may be the biggest and best dragon Ninjago's ever brought out, 1 really cool looking wolf type structure, which also can go on top of the dragon, 6 amazing minifigures, and a ton of really cool custom pieces, such as the mini katana, Aaron's climber type of rocket. Also, you can also get the Gong of Shattering, which is another big thing. Well, let me know what you think about this set in the comments below. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next time.